Design it, print it. Welcome to CJDT, Happy DTing at Home, the podcast where imagination meets creativity and where we hope to encourage you guys to get making and creating at home. I'm Charlotte, founder of CJDT, Happy DTing, where we offer design and technology workshops and lessons to all ages from 3 and up. Wow. That's the official bit done. So with me today, I have Helen, my personal assistant, my teaching assistant, and my all-round organiser, who I would be completely lost without.
Wow. Hello, everyone. What a title I have to live up to there. My goodness me. But I've worked with you for a long time, but what I've never asked you is why CJDT, Happy DTing? Why did you call it that?
That's a good question. I've basically originally, as you probably remember, was CJDT, Charlotte Jennings Design Technology. And then during COVID, I had a bit of a time to think, a bit of a rebranding session. And I decided to add on the Happy DTing because I would always end all my emails to the different schools that I would go to with yours sincerely, but I wouldn't end it with yours sincerely. I would end it with Happy DTing, Charlotte Jennings. So it just kind of made sense.
It flows,
yeah.
Okay, no, I like that. Yeah, and it also makes it like it's happy anyway because DT is happy.
Yes, we have lots of fun, hopefully, making. Right, okay, so Helen, you've known me all my life, and brace yourself, you've been working with me for nearly 20 years with CJDT.
20 years? My goodness, how time flies. Oh my gosh. Okay, CJDT, Charlotte, why a podcast? Why have you called me here today to do a podcast? I am very intrigued.
Well, I've asked you especially, Helen, because, okay, so the reason we're doing the podcast is because I teach a lot of home educated children and children from all walks of life and everything. But sometimes I understand that either due to mobility or just family situations or timetables, especially in home ed, are very, very busy. Not everyone can always make it to one of my workshops. And so I thought it'd be nice to give another way of people to do DT while at home.
Oh, perfect. No, that's good. I understand that because I suffer with anxiety. So I can get that whole thing. So yeah, this makes sense to me.
Brilliant.
All right, yeah.
And then the reason I've asked you especially, Helen.
Yes, come on. Oh dear. I am a little bit... I don't always get things so easily, put it that way.
Well, I was thinking, I know that in the past when I've suggested things that people could do at home, you've brought me back down to earth because sometimes I am a little bit out there. And also I like to use lots of glitter everywhere at home. I'm not sure that's so your cup of tea. And also I sometimes don't explain things in a really clear way, and you can then tell me and help me understand if I'm not making it clear enough.
Because you have your degree and everything else, and I am what I would call just a run-of-the-mill person that likes things explained in a more simpler fashion.
Brilliant. So if you don't get where I'm coming from, you can keep me in line and let me know how to explain it in a different way.
Oh, I will do. Don't you worry about that.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's crack on. Today, we're diving into something seriously cool.
Cool.
Designing in 3D and bringing your creations to life with a 3D printer.
Well, I say that it's more like a specialised printer. It's not just 3D, it's specialised because that's pretty amazing. I am always astounded when I see that printer printing something in 3D. It still astounds me to this day.
It is pretty amazing. It's almost like magic. When I first heard about it, I thought it was like magic, really.
It is.
Well, you're right. We are exploring the amazing world of CAD, CAM and 3D printing, which is, as we've just said, pretty amazing. And we are going to be using two brilliant tools.
Tools? what, like saws and vices, that sort of tools?
No, not quite, Helen.
What is it then?
So the tools that you're going to need today, if you want to follow along, are going to all be on the computer. So computer tools, computer programs.
I'm not great on the computer.
I think you're going to be just fine at this. Okay. We're going to be using 2 computer programs. One's called Tinkercad and the other one's called Doodle 3D Transform.
So, Charlotte, during that musical interlude, I was just wondering, what is it we are going to be discovering on this journey?
Well, Helen, we're going to be discovering how digital designs work, how printers turn ideas into real objects, and how you can start designing things today, even if you've never done it before. All you need is a device with the internet. Oh, and I'm guessing you have those things at home because, hey, you guys are listening to this probably on a device using the internet.
That is true, but what is best? Is it a laptop, a computer, or a tablet? What can I use? What's the best thing?
Okay, so personally, I prefer using a laptop or a proper computer. My children, though, they're different era, different age, and they prefer using a tablet. You've actually done some CAD/CAM with me before. Which kind of device do you prefer?
I preferred the laptop. I did have a go with the tablet, but because I am not that technical, I found the tablet a little bit harder to use.
That's fair enough. And I like having a bigger screen. But yeah, I think whatever suits you, really. I mean, I've seen people do it even on a mobile, but I know, but personally, I think that's way too tiny.
Okay, that is tiny.
Okay.
Oh, are we going to get started then? Come on this journey.
Yeah, excellent. Let's do it. Woo! So, let's break it down.
Break it down. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Break it down.
You made me jump.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm glad you're excited.
I am.
CAD. Okay, so CAD stands for Computer Aided Design. That's when you design something using software or an app or computer program instead of using a pencil and paper.
Okay, that sounds quite straightforward and I understand that.
Yeah. And then CAM is computer aided manufacture, and that's when a machine like a laser cutter or a Cricut, you might have one of those at home, or a 3D printer takes your design and then makes it for real.
Wow. Okay.
It's pretty impressive.
It is.
It's a little bit like building something out of Lego, but on the screen, and then asking or getting a robot to build it for you.
Okay. Well, that sounds a lot of fun.
It does indeed.
Let's go.
So you can use CAD/CAM for so many different things to help design key fobs or...
Key fobs?
Yeah, so...
Explain. I call them key rings.
So this is a bugbear of mine. A lot of people say, we're going to be making a key ring. I'm like, no, the key ring is the metal bit at the top. We're going to be making the key fob, the design that goes on the actual ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you make the key ring? No.
No.
You that's already there for you.
That's already there, and we're just going to design something that then, if it was 3D printed, you'd thread onto the metal.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Key fobs it is then.
Indeed.
Right.
Then you can also design toy parts. Some people do making mini furniture for like dolls' houses, like benches and beds and things. Even nameplates to put on your bedroom door and stuff like that you can do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and pencil pots. And actually, really interestingly, when I first got my 3D printer, my dad was really adamant that he wanted to have a new toothbrush cover. And it's actually quite sweet, just like he had when he was younger. So he asked me to recreate the design just as he'd had from his mum when he was younger.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really sweet. And then my sister, she broke one of her Christmas ornaments and it needed a new gear to play the music and get the movement. And I was able to remake a new gear on the 3D printer.
Oh, wow. So then an object isn't completely useless.
No.
Something can be made to get that object working again.
Absolutely.
And that's just reminded me, when you said pencil pots, I remember about 5 years ago, you made us one as an anniversary present for my husband and I.
Yeah.
And I still have it. It's absolutely amazing. And I remember I was dumbfounded when I thought, wow, this has actually been made on a 3D printer. What?
That's it, absolutely. So you can make presents and give them to people for gifts, all using the design program and then printing it on a 3D printer.
I love it. I'm so excited. So come on, the best part. Let's get there.
Right, well, the best part is you can start right now by using these tools free online. No printer needed at first, really.
Oh, wow. What, so I can just design?
Yeah, just get on there, start designing. And actually, I've got some great news about where you can get things 3D printed if you get to a point where your design is so you're happy with it and you'd really like to see it for real.
Wow, come on.
Oh, well, indeed. So the programs, we have, as I said, Tinkercad and Doodle 3D Transform. There is another program called SketchUp, but we're not going to really discuss that today. But if you're using it at home already, fantastic. I know a lot of people like the program, but we're going to just stick with talking about Tinkercad and Doodle Transform 3D. Or Doodle 3D Transform. I always get that one muddled.
Let's just say Doodle 3D. It's easier, isn't it?
Absolutely. Fantastic.
Do that.
Okay, right. So both Tinkercad and Doodle 3D have online tutorials that you can follow. But to be quite honest, personally, I find, especially with the younger generation, children just get on them and they start fiddling about and playing with it, and they learn so much just from exploring the program by themselves. But equally, the tutorials are handy, especially if you don't know how to use it yourself, because the children every now and again come up against something and they go, oh, how do I do this? And at least you can then go, well, let's check the tutorials and see how you do it.
Oh, no, that's useful.
Yeah, especially Tinkercad. They have a search engine that you can actually type in and it will give you examples of what's been done or give you directions to a tutorial on how to do certain things.
You like Tinkercad, don't you?
I love Tinkercad. It's my favourite, really.
We have to disagree on that.
Yeah, so tell us, why do you like Doodle 3D?
I like Doodle 3D because probably the youngsters will all like Tinkercad because most of them are highly technical. I am not highly technical, so Doodle 3D suits me.
Do you know what? I'll tell you, there's two reasons I really like Doodle 3D. Okay, one is because my little ones really like using it.
Thank you.
And two, actually, there's a particular thing that you can do in Doodle 3D that you can't so easily in Tinkercad, which is where you can upload your own drawings and your own pictures, and it will turn it into a 3D print.
I did that.
You
That
did.
just reminded me. I did that. I did a kingfisher.
You did. I was just
Didn't
about to say, can you remember doing the kingfisher?
I do. And that was on Doodle 3D.
It was on Doodle 3D.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is definitely the bonus of Doodle 3D.
See?
It's much easier.
It's a winner-winner.
Yeah. Chicken dinner, because it's got to be said.
It has indeed.
Right. Okay. So yeah, everybody has their own preference. I'm Tinkercad. Helen's Doodle 3D.
So, what would you say is a good starting challenge?
Right. Okay. So quite often when I do my first lesson teaching how to use these programs, I will ask the children to either draw a house or build a house. So if you're on Doodle 3D, you more draw it, but on Tinkercad, you would build it with like cubes and triangle pyramids and things like that, and you place the shapes on top of each other and building a house that way with those shapes. That's a really good first challenge.
I think I struggled with that one on Tinkercad, I remember.
Yeah, so if you were in Doodle 3D, you can still draw a house, but it would be a drawing that you then press a button and it builds it into a 3D shape for you. Or if you're not somebody who wants to build a house and you want to have a bit more of a different challenge, you could draw a person, a character, maybe your own cartoon character or your own avatar, a mini Helen. Imagine that.
Oh dear, one Helen's enough, surely. Not a mini one.
I'm not going to say anything. but it could be quite interesting to see a mini Helen 3D printed.
Okay, well, maybe one day, stay tuned, because maybe in the future you might actually see that.
You might indeed. And put some robotics in it.
Oh goodness me.
That sounds like an episode for the future.
That is the future episode,
indeed.
Yes.
And one really massive tip that I will give you, though, if you're doing this at home, is be sure to save regularly.
Oh, yes. And also, can I say one other thing?
Yeah.
To make sure, if you've got your laptop, that it's plugged in.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that is a really good tip.
Yes.
I have been teaching and laptops have run out, and then, you have that moment of panic. Did it save recently? Have you lost all your work?
Exactly. So always make sure you've got enough battery power, or plug it in just to be sure.
Brilliant. Excellent tip. Right. Okay. There are lots of things I could tell you about how to use Tinkercad and Doodle 3D, but really I think just log on to the sites. I'm going to put those sites in the link along with this podcast in the comments at the post at the bottom, and so just go on and start exploring. Really, that's my best tip to you.
Have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Have fun. Parent power up time.
Oh, no, come on. It's got to be better than that.
What do you suggest?
Power, 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 power up!
Ooh, I like it. Okay, we'll go with that then.
Fabulous. So, what is this then? What is parent power up time? What is it?
Okay, well, as a fellow home ed mum, I know how clueless you can feel when talking about a subject that's not a personal passion. And so I thought, we've all had those moments where you're following the workshop that you've downloaded, the worksheet that you've downloaded, maybe from Twinkle or somewhere else, and the children go, "Oh, and what's that then, Mummy?" And you go, "I have no idea."
While smiling
and say, let's do some research on it. So really, I just wanted to kind of give some helpful tips and hopefully guide you to give you some confidence with what to say, and to let you know why what we're doing, what you're going to be covering with CAD-CAM is worthwhile, and how you can cover it by bringing other subjects as well.
I think that's useful. I think even I might learn something from that myself again.
Brilliant. So why bother with CAD-CAM? Lots of reasons, obviously, but also some that you might not be aware of. It helps children build their spatial awareness, understanding where different things fit along other things when they're designing. And it also encourages them with design repetition, to tweak designs, improve designs, testing, and just each time, seeing how maybe something looks and then thinking, well, I just need to move that over a little bit or centre it, and then they centre it and go, oh, it's not quite right, so they have another go and move it along a bit again. And that tweaking and repetition really helps for them to realise that it doesn't have to be perfect first time. And they can actually get to a point where they can save it looks amazing, but then tweak it a little bit more and then go back to a previously saved copy as well. So some really nice skills they can work on there. It also links beautifully with real world problem solving.
Hang on, real world problem solving? What do you mean?
Well, real world doesn't have to be the massive Earth world.
It can just thinking like war and everything. I was like, wow.
No, so like if say you went to the shops and you brought some really nice pens and pencils, but you haven't got anything to store them in, that's a problem.
Oh, okay. In the real world, that is your problem. Okay, I get that. Okay, makes
Brilliant.
sense.
So they could then go on Tinkercad or Doodle 3D and design themselves a pencil pot with all the right amount of holes and slots for all the things they need to hold all their favourite stationery bits.
That would be an amazing achievement.
Would.
Do that.
And I love stationery, so that's a brilliant project to do.
Is.
It also gets kids thinking about scale, symmetry, measurements. In fact, there's so much you can do that crosses over with maths. It's amazing. And actually, if your child is having a day where they don't want to do any maths, get them to do some Tinkercad designing, and Bob's your uncle, you've done maths at the same time. Brilliant.
Winner, that is.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah.
Brilliant. Why wasn't that around when I was at school?
Oh, I know. It would have been so much. I would have done so much more homework.
I would have done so much better.
Yeah. And obviously we did do our homework when we went to school.
We did.
Yes. Okay. So next we're going to have a little think about some tips. So really, I would suggest that, as we were saying before, start small with a simple project, like maybe just even a name tag or a little badge, or as we were saying earlier, a house or a little character. It doesn't have to be anything too big. And when the children are working on it, try and ask some open-ended questions, like things like, oh, what shapes did you use to get that outcome? What did you combine? Was it like a cube with a sphere? And then, now, do you know what? This next one, it can be quite offensive to children. You could say to them in a really happy, nice voice, oh, how would you change that next time? But what they were actually hearing is, you don't like my design, and why are you saying it needs to change? So what you need to say is, wow, that's great. How can you make it even better? And a final tip, you don't need to have a 3D printer to benefit. Just the design thinking itself is hugely valuable. But you know what? If you do actually come up with something you think, oh, I really would like to actually 3D print that, there's lots of maker spaces and libraries about these days that have these unusual services that they will, not unusual, but they're new. They're
New
not every day.
Yeah.
Where you can send off your design file and they will 3D print it for you.
You do it too.
But I do 3D printing, and I do offer the service. If you've got a 3D printing file that you'd like to have done, I can do that for you. And also, thank you bringing me round to remembering, yes. I now offer studio time, where you can come in, and I think is it called Studio Time Freestyle? I think it is.
It is something like that.
It's so new.
It's on your website.
It's on my website. Check it out. I'll put a link at the bottom, and through that you can come in as adults and actually have a go at, seeing the whole process, seeing it in action, and having some hands-on time yourself with it. 3D printing is not a short process, though. You can come, show me your designs, we can work through it, we can tweak it if needs be, and then the actual design 3D printing time can take hours. So it would probably be a matter of you set it off, and then you come back next week, or we can arrange a pickup time that you can come and collect the final design. Do you remember when you did the classes?
Yes.
It's not instant, unfortunately.
It's not instant. Only if you're doing something very, very tiny.
Yeah.
It can be, it's done. But, the majority, because it's so intricate what it's got to do, and there's so much to it, which Charlotte will get into at another stage, I'm sure. But it's well worth it. So have a go.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is interesting that a lot of people don't realise it will take hours to make. And I know that in the past people have asked me to do workshops, and I go, well, I can tell you how to set up a design, but it will take hours. You won't be able to take something home that day. Which is a bit of a sad thing for a lot of people, but you can pick it up.
When you see the thing at the end, once it's all done,
it's well worth it.
It is well worth it. Yeah,
brilliant. So Helen, we have your godson with us today.
Oh, William. Yes, lovely.
And you've come to I think we're going to ask him a few questions.
Yeah, we're going to ask him questions. I
think actually, because you're the godmother, you should interrogate.
Yes. So, how old were you when you used Tinkercad?
11.
11. Oh, blimey. So, what did you make?
I think I made a house.
A house. Okay. So, was it a big house, a little house, many windows, doors? How was it?
I think it had like 2 windows and little steps leading up to like a door and stuff.
Oh,
and
gosh,
it was quite nice.
I remember the steps, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. You enjoyed doing it, didn't you?
Yes.
He did.
Oh, no, that's great. Have you still got it?
Somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's in one of my drawers, actually.
Well, maybe one day it will come up and we can see it. Hey, well, that's good, William.
Thanks for coming in, Will. we also have Summer with us today. And she's going to tell us about her first experience of Tinkercad. Summer, how old were you when you first used Tinkercad?
11.
And what was the first thing you designed? Can you remember?
I made a house.
Was it quite easy or did you find it tricky?
It was quite easy to make, actually.
And can you tell us a little bit about the house?
It was pink and it had like a balcony and stuff.
Oh, wow, a balcony. That sounds quite swish. And what was it like when it got 3D printed out?
It was really impressive, actually.
Oh, that's brilliant. And what did you have you gone on to use it since or what?
Yeah, I made a gravestone.
Right.
Oh, that was so lovely to hear from Summer and William. Sounds like they both did really well and really enjoyed it.
Oh, do you know what? They we had such a giggle filming them. You wouldn't believe how difficult it was to get some coherent sentences out of them.
But I bet a lot of fun.
Oh, most definitely.
And that's
most
what
definitely.
it's all about.
And actually, we'd love to hear about any 3D designs that you guys get to do at home, even if they're still on the screen. Send us a screenshot or a voice note. And you never know, we might do another podcast and feature them next time.
Ooh. See, it's exciting. I like that.
I
Let's
know.
hope people send some in.
Oh, most definitely. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely. Helen, it's wrap-up time.
Oh, already? I was having so much fun. I hope everyone else was enjoying it too.
Oh gosh, I really hope so, and I hope it's been useful and helpful. I mean, we've covered quite a few things today.
Yeah, I found it useful myself.
Brilliant. Well, we've looked at what CAD-CAM means.
Yep.
We've looked at Tinkercad and Doodle 3D. I like Tinkercad. You like Doodle 3D.
Yes.
We've talked about design. What your first design could be at home on one of those programs. Maybe a person, maybe a house.
Yeah.
And actually, you guys have learnt how creativity and technology can work together. Check out the notes to go with this podcast. It has a link to a booklet that you can buy. It also, the booklet comes with a voucher for 3D printing at home.
Oh, so someone could print a whole life-size chair?
Maybe not that big. No.
Oh.
So the voucher means that if you've designed something at home, you can send me through the design via email, and then I can print it on my 3D printer here in the studio. But there are obviously size restrictions, but all of those are listed in the pack and will be clear before you buy as to whether you want to have a go and send through a design and get the voucher.
Wonderful. No, that's amazing. What a deal.
Yeah, and there's lots in the booklet that we haven't discussed today because there's only so much you can talk about. Yeah. And it hopefully complements this episode rather well, I think.
Oh, fabulous.
Final challenge time, Helen.
Final challenge.
Woohoo!
Yay.
Okay, so print or screenshot your design. Write a name and a purpose for your design. Is it a gift? Is it a gadget? Is it something magical? I bet you'd make something magical.
I would, you know me well.
Put it in a little designer's portfolio and add to it each week. And then before long, you'll not only have a lovely portfolio of different design ideas, but you'll actually probably see how your designs are improving and changing each week.
Getting better, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
As you get better, you'll see the designs getting
Yeah,
better. But always remember
Yeah.
that nothing is ever perfect.
No,
You
definitely
can
not.
never achieve full perfection.
No, absolutely. And that's why it's always good to ask that question. That design is great. What can we do next time to make it even better?
Yes, definitely.
Anyway, thanks for designing with us. Keep dreaming, keep building, and we'll see you next time on CJDT, Happy DTing at Home.
Yay! I hope everyone's enjoyed it. I've enjoyed being part of it. So
Oh,
thank
I'm
you
so
for
pleased.
that.
Thank you for coming along and joining me.
No problem at all.
Thanks.
Have fun, everyone.
Have fun. Cheerio.
Bye.
Bye.